welcome back again to another awesome tutorial on Python. So here we're looking at functions. How to use functions in Python. It's very important to know them because I can never do anything in Python without using functions in case you're writing a very big code. But okay, it's a good idea to put pieces of code that do clearly define tags into separate blocks that are called functions. So functions must be defined before they are used. Once they're defined, they can be used like native Python statements. So I'll first of all take us on the basics before we can go over to something critical and deep into Python. First of all, let's define function. Let's call this guy function definition. So this function definition, let's say before you define, use def. Maybe def my greetings. Let me use def judge. Okay, def judge. So here for apostrophe, and what I want to print is I want to print good morning George. I'll print good morning George. Okay, so I have defined this function. How do I call this function so that it can be executed? That is called function call. So this is the main program that's going to execute it. I'll call George. Okay, so I'll define my function here. This function definition, and this is function call. I'll go ahead and save this file, and I will go ahead and run this guy. Good morning George. So what actually printed good morning George is this guy, function call. Imagine if I don't have this. Let me comment it. Let's know if it's going to work. Let's save again and let's run. You can see nothing works because your function is not called. But the moment you call your function, that moment it can be displayed and you see it working fine. Good morning George. So this is how you define function and you call function. So let's go and make something deep. So we can return values in function. We can return more than one values. I can return one or two. I'm going to remove this. Let's see how to return values in function. Let me define this function. I will always put a comment so you know what I'm doing. Function definition. So def, let's say an area. Let's say an area of a circle and perimeter. So I'm passing values in. Let's say this is an area of a rectangle. I said the width and the height. Okay, and here remember to put this guy. If you fail to put it, you're going to have problem. So let's say area is equal to W times height, the width times height, and the perimeter is equal to 2 times the width times height. So we'll be returning these guys. We'll return A and we're going to return B, the area and the perimeter. So we have just done this. We'll come here and do what? Function call. So this is very easy in Python. Your function definition and your function call are very easy. So let me say let me use the R for area, and I'm going to use per for perimeter. So this is equal to area underscore and underscore perimeter, and we're going to pass the values. Let's say the width is 10 and the height is 5. Width is 16 and height is 5. So it's going to print R for area, and it's also going to print the per for perimeter. So if this is done, I'll go over to files and save and come over to run and click on run module. So the area is what? Width times height is 80, and the perimeter is 2 times width times height, 160. So guys, this is how to return values in functions. So this is a function name, so you can change your function name to anything. You can say a rectangle, and here you're gonna say call it rectangle. This is where you call it rectangle. Yeah, this is a rectangle. So, and if you run this guy again, you're still gonna work fine. You can see that still working fine. So this is how to return values using functions. You define a function and they call it. Okay, so hope this is not too hard. Let's return just one value. Let's make it to be easier. Let's say function definition. So here I'm going to define area, and area is width times height. Always remember to put the apostrophe, because when you click it, you see how it moves down to the starting point. So when you want to calculate, say A equal to width times height. So here we'll be returning only A. But remember in the last tutorial, we're able to return both. So I'm going to define perimeter. And so this should be multiplication inside here, because I'm doing the multiplication outside. So the perimeter is width and height. And I still forgot to put my apostrophe. When you click, it goes down, and P is equal to 2 multiply width times height. You return perimeter. I hope this one is very easy, because we're doing it one by one, and you can always go back and see, reference them and see what we do. So I have defined this function here. I define area and I define perimeter separately, unlike in the previous tutorial or earlier where we defined both of them together. So now I'm going to say width. Let me call the function. I say this function call width is equal to 10, and height is equal to 5. So I'll print area so let's say area you put a comma, and here will be the area which we define here is what we are calling now. The area is width and height. Which are the two values here? These two guys. So you call this area and you pass this to them, width and height. So the same way, you print your perimeter, print, that's a perimeter, is equal to perimeter, which is this. You're calling this guy right now, and you're going to pass width and height also to the guy. I can say width and height. So we are done. And right now, I believe everything is okay. You go and save your file, and you go to run and click run module. Let's check perimeter. Let's check what the guy is all about. Okay, guys, you first to put a comma here. So go back and save your file again. Don't ever fail to miss all these things. So my area is 50, and why is my perimeter? What is wrong with my perimeter? Let's check, guys. Oh, I'll put the dot, a period instead of what? A comma. Let's go back and save. It seems perimeter is having too much problem. So what is wrong with it? So my area is equal to 50 and the perimeter is equal to 100. So guys, it's very awesome, guys, and it's very interesting. So see you in the next tutorial. We're doing something again very cool, and you're not gonna miss that out. So let's meet you there.